Hi, I'm here today with Macavoy Lane, aka Mark Twain, who is going to be doing a presentation here at First Presbyterian Church on May 4th. And so welcome, Mr. Lane.
Thank you, Sherry. It's so good to be here.
Well, it's great to have you. So we have some questions for you, and I'm going to sit back and listen and hear what you have to say.
Well, if I don't have an answer, at least I'll have an opinion.
That's what I've heard, so we're all looking forward to that. All right, well, many people have read the stories and they know some about Mark Twain. Why do you think he's had such an impact on our culture and on our city?
He was limitlessly human and a prodigious noticer and a wonderful sense of humor. And I think human nature stayed pretty much the same between 1910, when Sam got promoted to glory, and 2022. So we can talk to a modern audience.
I'll have to ponder that one a little bit.
Yeah, I'm pondering it too.
Right. Without giving away any spoilers, are there things that would surprise us to know about Mark Twain?
Oh, hundreds. He loved cats. His favorite was named Sour Mash.
Like in the production of alcohol?
Yes.
Well, what got you interested in Mark Twain and in portraying him?
The short answer, Sherry, I think I got a tap on the shoulder. The long answer is I was snowbound at Lake Tahoe, got cabin fever, sat down, and on the coffee table was the complete essays of Mark Twain. And that seed was planted in fertile ground.
So maybe a little divine intervention going on there?
I think so.
Okay. And then when we spoke earlier, you mentioned something about Chautauqua.
Oh boy, do we love Chautauqua. It's coming back strong. And I think you'll see it in the schools. I know you'll see it in Mark Twain Days in Carson City in 2023, April 21 to 23. Put it on your bacchanalian calendar now. 3 days of unbridled revelry. And Chautauqua is going to make a comeback, and it's going to bring history to life.
I know it's been around for a while, and I've seen a few, and they're really interesting. It's especially fun to see the kids get involved in that.
Oh, it is so much fun.
But back to Mark Twain Days, that must be very exciting for you, and I'm imagining you're going to be very busy during that time.
I'll be busy as a stump of ants for 3 days. Yeah, I can't wait.
Do you expect to see other Mark Twain portrayers there? Or?
I hope so.
Yeah?
Male and female. Yeah, I do.
Well, it's fun, and I know that it's on my calendar, so it's just neat that they decided to do that. I think that's a great celebration for us to have here in Carson City.
It will be. It will be so much fun and educational, too.
Yes. So do you find that people really connect with you as Mark Twain, and how so?
Well, he uses humor like the wheel on an opera glass to focus our attention on more serious matters at hand. So I'm able to talk about serious matters with a little bit of humor in there to make it memorable.
Don't you think most humorists do that? They find something to be true and they find a way of coming at it in a humorous way to get us to really think about it?
Yes. You know, the humorist is not really looking for a laugh. The comedian's looking for a laugh. Mm-hmm. The humorist is looking for what you're giving me now, a nod of acknowledgement. Mm-hmm. Or the hint of a smile. And that's what's fun.
And it's something you might chew on for a while and think about and ponder.
Yeah, where you fit into the scheme of things or not.
You're coming to First Presbyterian Church to benefit the Old Sanctuary Preservation Fund. And of course, we have ties here with the Clemens family. So in what ways do you think this event will be extra special?
Well, personally, I'm paying a debt to the Carson City ladies that Sam owes them. And I don't know if you want to get into that right now.
But feel free.
Well, Sam accidentally had a piece slip into the paper that he didn't mean for it to get into the paper. It was just something he was scribbling on. I think he might have been drinking at the time. And he said that the money that the Carson City ladies raised, including many of the First Presbyterian Church ladies, because Molly Clemens belonged here. She was a part of that group. They were doing a fundraiser for the Sanitary Fund, which was the precursor to the Red Cross for the Union. And Sam scribbled, well, they didn't send that money actually to the Sanitary Fund. They sent it to a miscegenation fund back east, which is a fund for the intermarriage of the races.
Oh.
Which was not in the top 10 of the Carson City ladies' charities at the time. Well, they were so upset, including Molly and some of the husbands, when he left Carson City in May of 1864. According to him, he had 4 horse whippings and 2 duels owing to him, in large part because of that piece that got in the paper. So, Sam, we're going to try to make this good. We're going to do this for the ladies of Carson City and the First Presbyterian Church right here in Carson.
So a debt long overdue being paid.
Yes, it might not be paid in full. We might have to do 2 of these.
I don't think they'd object. He changed his name many times.
Oh, he did. He started out with Rambler. Then he went to E. Panamondus Adrastus Blab. Then he went to Thomas Jefferson Snodgrass before he went to Josh and finally Mark Twain.
And do you know the reason for all of those changes?
Yeah, he wanted a pen name, a nom de guerre, a cognomen. They were popular back then and still are.
And it took him a while to settle on the right one.
It did. And boy, did it stick.
It really did. It did, yeah. So, again, without any spoilers, do you have a favorite Mark Twain story?
I do, but I can't share it with you. It's a little off color. It was never published, but it has been pirated.
Okay.
And if anyone wants to look it up, you can call me at home.
All righty then.
But it depends on the audience. You know, if I'm seeing elementary kids, I love the jumping frog story.
That's a good one.
And as we get into secondary and AP English, you know, we talk about Huckleberry and what a strong indictment against racism that book is. If we're talking people that have been bussed up to Virginia City and had free drinks on the way up, I've got a whole different program for them.
Yeah, you can tailor to most anything.
Yeah, you really have to read your audience and then decide what to use. Fortunately, there's so much material you can pretty much please almost any audience.
It's been a while since I've read any Mark Twain, but I do have favorites. And honestly, Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn are 2 of my very favorite books.
Oh.
They're very enjoyable.
Yeah.
You know, and they do have a lot to say. Do audiences have a favorite story? Do you see any that people really connect with and enjoy?
Here in Nevada, Roughing It. People here that live here read that book and they just connect to it.
Yeah.
I love it too. Roughing It. If you haven't read one Mark Twain book, start with that one. Western Experience, with a little bit of the Sandwich Islands thrown in the appendix, his letters from Hawaii.
Interesting. He went to Hawaii?
Oh, yes.
I didn't know that.
Oh, gosh, some of his best writing is his letters from the Sandwich Islands.
If Mark Twain were truly here today, do you think he would be on social media, like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, those things? And if he were, what would he think about it, and would he be any good at it?
He was a heat seeker. Alexander Graham Bell gave him the first telephone in a private residence, but he took it out, and he never got any calls. But yeah, he would be all over it. I mean, he was a master at promoting himself. In fact, there's a huge difference between Mark Twain and Sam Clemens in that regard. And there's a wonderful book. If you want to read the best biography of Mark Twain you could possibly get your hands on, Justin Kaplan's Mr. Clemens and Mark Twain. I think you'll love that biography.
I enjoy a good celebrity biography, so I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's wonderful. He won the Pulitzer Prize with that book.
Oh, all right. I'm learning a lot already just in these few minutes. So it'd be fun to see Mark Twain pop up on an Instagram feed.
Yeah, he'd be out in front. He would be. I can assure you that.
Is there anything else that you would like to share with me today?
Well, I want to thank you and your church members for the invitation to make good. I know when Mark Twain put a roof on the First Presbyterian Church here in Carson City, one of the parishioners was quick to suggest that because it was Mark Twain that put a roof on this church, that roof would cave in and mash the congregation. But it never happened.
No, it didn't.
It's still holding.
It's a wonderful connection with history that we have here at First Presbyterian Church.
It really is. And wow. You know, little Jenny was saving for a Bible she wanted to buy for the church.
Yeah.
And she didn't get the chance because she died of spotted fever.
Right.
But the congregation went out and got the Bible. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yes, it's right downstairs.
You know right where it is.
Yeah.
And I've seen it. It's a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. And I've gone out and laid a little rose on her grave, as she didn't quite get to see that Bible. But you've got it.
And I'm sure people will be looking at that as we come up on this event. And so I'd like to thank you for being here with me today. And you all can look forward to seeing Macavoy Lane as Mark Twain on May 4th. And that's the doors open at 6 o'clock. We're going to have music at 6:30. And Mark Twain will join us at 7 p.m.
Can't wait, Sherry. Thank you.
Thank you.